Good evening, this is the Northern Sun Experience. I'm David Brown, and the Kings of the Hill still fit in their thrones. Heading into this football weekend, 3 NSIC teams were 7-0 on the season, including Sioux Falls, who's already eclipsed its 2013 win total. On Saturday, the Cougs were looking to make it 8 in a row at Winona State. No score in the first, Luke Papillion works the read option to perfection. 9-yard strike gives USF the early lead. Later, more read option from Papillion, only this time he finds Nick Stanky in the back of the end zone. 14-0 Cougs. It's good if it worked once, nice if it worked twice, but the third time is just skill. Another read option from Papillion to make it 21-0. And the defense would come to play as well. Cameron Ostrom gets the strip, the fumble recovery, and the touchdown. 28-0 at that point, and USF moves to 8-0, 41-28 the final. Minnesota State also hoping to move to 8-0 against Augustana, but the Vikings take the lead in the first. This Trey Hyde 8-yard scramble makes it 14-7 Augie. Second quarter, Augie's lead is down to 4, and soon it's down to nothing. Nick Piracini finds Dorian Buford. Great catch in the end zone for the Mavs, 17-14 Minnesota State. Move ahead to the fourth. Mavs up 27-14 now. Andy Pfeiffer gets his way through the line to Paydirt. 25-yard TD, 34-14 MSU. But the Vikings wouldn't quit. They're down 34-21 when Hyde hits Charlie Hayes over the middle. That cuts it to 34-28 with about 90 seconds to go. Vikings try the onside kick. They get a great bounce, but they cannot recover, and the Mavs would run out the clock. Minnesota State survives a scare, 34-28. We close our NSIC South contest with a couple of thrillers. First, Wayne State at SMSU. Wildcats up 14-7 and looking for more. Zach Osborne hits Adam Stark, 74 yards. Wayne State's up 21-7. Back come the Mustangs. Charlie Kern buys some time, finds Nathaniel Hewitt over the middle. He stretches over for the score, and the lead is cut to 7. Later in the second, Kern dumps the screen pass to Tyler Tonderum, and he does the rest. 35 yards to the end zone. We're tied at 21 at halftime. Move to the fourth, SMSU down 7, last play of regulation, and Kern finds Jordan Cross for the game-tying score as time expires. We're going to overtime, tied at 42. Mustangs make a field goal, make it 45-42, but Wayne State would come back on its possession in OT and run off with the win. Ryan Ludlow weaves his way inside from 10 yards out, and that's your winner. Wildcats win a wild one, 48-45 in overtime. Our last South Division battle pit Upper Iowa against Concordia St. Paul. This is Jimmy Marreri receiving the kickoff. He starts out right, cuts all the way back to his left, and gets a block along the way. 90-yard return. That makes it 21-10 Golden Bears. Move to the third, Bears up 31-17, but Cole Jaskey finds Lucas Hefty, and he does the rest. 61 yards to the house. Peacocks cut the lead to 31-24. Now 31-27 when Upper Iowa takes its first lead. Evan Dorning gets in from 16 yards out, 34-31 Peacocks. But Concordia would ride the boot of Tom Obarski for the win. He nails this 56-yard field goal to tie things at 34, and he'd win it in overtime with a 42-yarder. Concordia St. Paul hands Upper Iowa its third straight loss, 37-34 in overtime. When we come back, we'll look at the North Division, where Minnesota Duluth tries to become the third team in the conference to move to 8-0.
The Northern Sun Experience on Midco Sports Network is presented by CU Mortgage Direct LLC, Sanford Health, and Dakota Land Honda.
Welcome back to the Northern Sun Experience. Minnesota Duluth continues to be the cream of the crop in the North Division. After last week's win over Northern State, the Bulldogs moved to 7-0 on the season and extended its conference winning streak to 15 games. UMD hoping for Sweet 16 Saturday as they hosted Bemidji State. No score in the first, Drew Bauer buys some time and hits Justin Folks over the middle, 36 yards, 7-0 Bulldogs. It's 10-3 now in the second when Bauer keeps it himself on the read option, 17-3 UMD at halftime. Second half, Bulldogs would pull away. Bauer uses play action to find Zach Zweifel, and ZZ takes the top off the defense, 42 yards, 24-3 at that point. and Minnesota Duluth moves to 8-0 with a 38-10 win over Bemidji State. UMD got its 8th win, Minnesota Crookston and Minot State each looking for their first on Saturday. This is the Beavers' Jarvis Mustafer with a 34-yard touchdown run to give Minot State a 7-0 lead. Later in the first, Zach Kuna uses play action to find his top target, Glenn Burrell, 29-yard strike, 14-0 Beavers. Second quarter now, and it's Mustafer again, another 34-yard run to pay dirt. Minot State's up 23-0 at that point, and the Beavers top the Golden Eagles for win number 1, 50-20. In other North action, St. Cloud State visited Northern State. Wolves down 7-0, but not for long. Jared Jacobson hits Connor Doherty, 50-yard strike on the slant, and we're tied at 7. And Northern would take complete control after that. Taylor Houchen takes it up the right side, 45-yard touchdown late in the fourth quarter. 45-23, the Wolves take this one. St. Cloud State has yet to win back-to-back games this season. Our last game was also our highest scoring one, Minnesota State Moorhead at UMary. This is Zach Roberson back from injury and looking just fine. 40 yards to Zach Podol, 21-7 Marauders. 21-14 now, and Roberson continues to shine. The beautiful strike to Jake East, 34 yards, 27-14 UMary. The Marauders were up 44-17 when MSU Moorhead makes its comeback. Demetrius Carr has all kinds of time and eventually finds a wide-open Corey Ambrose. 62 yards makes it 44-24. Zane Medhog will get a couple of short-yard TDs to cut the lead to 6, and then Medhog helps Carr run in for this touchdown, 45-44 Dragons after 28 unanswered. But the Marauders would have the last laugh. Roberson gets his 6th touchdown pass of the day, 45 yards to LB Pope. Roberson was the conference offensive player of the week as he leads UMary to a 52-45 shootout victory over MSU Moorhead. Looking ahead to this Saturday, and we have a monster showdown in Mankato. 8-0 Sioux Falls at 8-0 Minnesota State. That game more than likely will eventually determine the South Division champion. In other 1 o'clock action, Winona State's at Augustana, Minot State's at MSU Moorhead, while Concordia St. Paul is at Southwest Minnesota State. In our only matchup that's not between two teams with the same record, 8-0 Minnesota Duluth visits 0-8 Minnesota Crookston. Northern State is at UMary, Bemidji State is at St. Cloud State, and our only 6 p.m. game is Wayne State at Upper Iowa. And here's a quick look at the latest national rankings, specifically the top 10 from the AFCA Coaches Poll, where all 3 undefeated teams from the Northern Sun reside. Minnesota State is still number 1 with 26 first-place votes, followed by Minnesota Duluth in second. They garnered 2 first-place votes. But the newcomer is Sioux Falls, which is ranked number 10. It's the first top 10 ranking for USF since the program moved to Division II back in 2011. The Cougars moved up to number 14 in the D2Football.com poll, where Minnesota State and Minnesota Duluth are also ranked first and second respectively. Nevertheless, these national rankings ensure a pivotal showdown on Saturday in Mankato. When we come back, volleyball highlights from the top 2 teams in the NSIC, and in soccer, Minnesota State continues to dominate the pitch.
The Northern Sun Experience on Midco Sports Network is presented by CU Mortgage Direct LLC, Sanford Health, and Dakota Land Honda.
Welcome back to the Northern Sun Experience. Minnesota Duluth and Concordia St. Paul are firmly entrenched not only at the top of the NSIC, but the national rankings as well. The Bulldogs and Golden Bears are ranked 2nd and 3rd respectively, each riding winning streaks heading into this weekend. We'll start with Minnesota Duluth as they travel to MSU Moorhead on Saturday. Great GoPro angle on the net here as Caitlin Van Winkle gets the kill for the Dragons, and they're up on the Bulldogs early. Later, it's Kelsey Hartkoff with a block at the net. MSU Moorhead took the first set 25-17, but it was all UMD after that as we see the Bulldogs' Maddie Soroin slam home the kill, and then it's Mariah Scharf playing D with the block of her own. Minnesota Duluth wins 3 sets in a row to take the match 3-1. Meanwhile, Concordia St. Paul was at Sioux Falls on Saturday. This is the Cougars' Emily Johnson with one of her 13 kills on the night. USF took set 1, but the Golden Bears would stay strong. Off the block, Anna Schlock stays with it and eventually gets the kill, one of her 16 on the night. And that was just one less than teammate Riley Hansen, who gets one of her 17 kills here. Concordia St. Paul takes it over USF 3-1. In action from Friday, Upper Iowa visited Augustana in Sioux Falls. This is the Peacocks' Ashley Vanderwood with the kill off the right side. Upper Iowa off to a good start. Later, more good offense from the Peacocks as Jennifer Munt comes in from the left side for the kill. Upper Iowa took the first set 25-18, but from then on it was all Augustana. Ashley Wilson gets not one but two blocks on this volley from the Peacocks. Later in the set, Wilson shows off her offense with the hammer throwdown for the kill. The Vikings take set 2 and they would keep on rolling. Kelsey Kaufman with another fantastic kill, and Augie tops Upper Iowa 3-1. With the conference tournament in just a couple of weeks, here's an updated look at the latest volleyball standings as of Tuesday. You can see Minnesota Duluth and Concordia St. Paul firmly at the top of the charts, with UMD riding a 17-game winning streak. Their only loss this season was against Tampa University at a national tournament in Colorado. Tampa is currently the #1 team in the nation according to the ABCA coaches poll, followed by UMD and Concordia St. Paul. Now, Southwest Minnesota State was in the top 5 nationally last week, but after a loss to Concordia, the Mustangs fell to number 8 in the national poll. The Golden Bears now have the second longest winning streak in the conference at 6 games. Minnesota Duluth and Concordia St. Paul meet for the second time this season on November 4th in St. Paul. The Bulldogs swept the Golden Bears 3-0 back on October 11th. Switching gears now to soccer, and Minnesota State continues to dominate. Heading into the weekend, the Mavericks had won their first 14 games to start the season, and they were looking to make it 15 in a row at Minnesota Duluth on Friday. First half, Marissa Rosa makes the great one-handed save to deflect it away, one of her 11 saves on the evening, but she couldn't keep the Mavs out for long. 55th minute, Dana Savino cleans up the mess in front. Her 9th goal of the season makes it 1-0 MSU. 74th minute now, Rebecca Peterson gets the steal, dribbles down, and fires into the net. Her second goal gave Minnesota State a 2-0 lead, and that would be your final. The Mavs make it 15-15. And Minnesota State was hoping to keep the momentum going Sunday at St. Cloud State, and Peterson picks up right where she left off. The header gives the Mavs a 2-0 lead, and then in the 82nd minute, Minnesota State would put it away for good as Laura Schwickerath gets her second goal of the season. The Mavs top the Huskies 3-0. They're 16-0 heading into the final weekend of regular season play. And here is a look at the standings as we do go into that final weekend. Minnesota State has a 3-game lead over second place Augustana, with Winona State, Upper Iowa, and Bemidji State rounding out the top 5. The Mavericks will have some tough challenges coming up in their last 2 regular season games as they travel to Upper Iowa and then come back home to face Winona State. The conference tournament begins with quarterfinals next Wednesday, November 5th. As far as national rankings are concerned, Minnesota State is also number 1 in the D2 NSCAA coaches poll, while Augustana is 23rd. And believe it or not, wrestling season is just around the corner. Here's a first look at the preseason top 20 rankings, and 3 NSIC teams make the cut. St. Cloud State is ranked number 5 heading into the season. They finished at number 6 last year. Augustana is ranked number 15, while Upper Iowa is ranked number 16. Southwest Minnesota State also received some votes to make the top 20. As far as individuals are concerned, 14 Northern Sun wrestlers are ranked in the top 8 in their respective weight classes. That includes Augustana's TJ North, who's the number 1 wrestler at 125 pounds. Jay Hildreth and Clint Poster from St. Cloud State are ranked second in their respective weight divisions, 149 pounds and 157 pounds. Well, you just saw excellence from the Minnesota State soccer team. When we come back, our Under the Northern Sun feature spotlights the rest of MSU's campus.
The Northern Sun Experience on Midco Sports Network is presented by CU Mortgage Direct LLC, Sanford Health, and Dakota Land Honda.
Welcome back to the Northern Sun Experience. As we do every week, it's time for Under the Northern Sun, where we spotlight one of our member schools. Tonight, it's Minnesota State University in Mankato, where athletes from all different sports say the support for one another is what fuels their success.
Welcome to Minnesota State.
Welcome to Minnesota State.
Welcome to Minnesota State. Being a Maverick is so awesome because we get to play the sports we love and go to school and be college students at the same time.
Minnesota State has over 150 undergraduate degree options,
including 16 pre-professional programs and 82 graduate programs.
Minnesota State is the largest school in the state university system in Minnesota.
Our student athletes compete in the best conference against the best student athletes.
The second largest university in the state with an enrollment of over 15,000, Minnesota State students are served by 600 full-time faculty members, creating a 28-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio.
Mavericks will win the draw. Stern with the right score!
At Minnesota State, we have 20 sports.
All of our teams are top-notch.
MSU is such a competitive school when it comes to all their sports.
My drive and my passion for my sport and in the classroom make me a successful Maverick.
To be part of a program that has not one, not two, but several #1 teams in the nation is really something to be proud of, and it's a blessing to be here.
We always push each other inside the classroom and outside of the classroom, obviously on the court.
Being a Maverick is an honor. It means that you're a champion. It means you like to win.
You're part of a family, all working towards the same goal. Whether it's in the classroom, in your personal life, or on the track, on the football field, on the soccer pitch, whatever. We just make good habits to try and win.
Our coaches here at Minnesota State really work with us not only to make us better athletes, but better people. We learn life lessons in addition to learning how to be exceptional athletes.
The culture of athletics here at Mankato is a very fun, a very vibrant culture. I can say that we all support each other as athletes, no matter if you're at football, if you play soccer, or if you're baseball. We all go to the games and support each other day after day, week after week, and so I really appreciate what we have here at MNSU.
Facilities here are absolutely amazing. I took the one visit, and I think that goes along with every athlete here. You take the one visit, and you're just stunned by everything that we have to offer here.
We have success here as a program because we're willing to get up every day, no matter if we're tired, no matter how hard we work, no matter what we endure, and we give it our all 110%.
We are willing to work for each other. We're willing to work hard to help push each other to be the best that we can be as a team.
We never stop, and we always go for the top.
Mavericks are just cooler than all the other mascots.
My name is Krista Hassing.
Connor McCallum.
David Purcell.
I'm Marina Paul.
Coley Reese.
Morgan Stampley.
And I am a Maverick.
I am a Maverick.
I'm a Maverick.
I am a Maverick.
I'm a Maverick.
I am a Maverick.
I'm a Maverick.
And I'm a Maverick.
When we come back, it's DB's Picks, my top 5 plays of the week in the NSIC. You're watching the Northern Sun Experience.
The Northern Sun Experience on Midco Sports Network is presented by CU Mortgage Direct LLC, Sanford Health, and Dakota Land Honda.
Welcome back to the Northern Sun Experience. It's time for the best of the best, the top 5 plays of the past week in the NSIC. At number 5, we head to Duluth, where Marissa Rosa only needs one hand to help her team. The great dive and deflection off the attempt from Minnesota State. Check it out again. It was one of Rosa's 11 saves on the evening. It comes in a losing effort, but we'll still give her a hand at number 5. From hands to feet, at number 4, we go to St. Paul, where Concordia St. Paul's Tom Obarski has the distance. This 56-yard field goal tied things at 34 with Upper Iowa, and he would eventually hit a 42-yarder in overtime for the win. Obarski was named the NSIC Special Teams Player of the Week, and with nearly 100 yards of tying and winning field goals, he gets a kick up to number 4 of my top plays. For number 3, we head to Winona, where the Warriors were strong, but the Cougars could match their strength. Cameron Ostrom gets the forced fumble, the fumble recovery, and the touchdown for USF. That gave the Coup a 28-0 lead early in the second quarter, and they never looked back. Sioux Falls moves to 8-0 with a 41-28 win over Winona State, thanks to this return by Ostrom. At number 2, it's another return, although this one comes on special teams. We head back to St. Paul, where the Golden Bears' Jimmy Marreri jimmies his way to the end zone. Starting right, cutting left, and using his blocks for the 90-yard return, that gave Concordia St. Paul the upper hand against Upper Iowa. And while they needed overtime for the win, Marreri's return was an instrumental part of the victory. But for number 1, we head to Bismarck and UMary, where the comeback kid leads a comeback win with some gaudy stats. Zach Roberson, returning from a broken wrist he suffered in Week 1 for the Marauders, threw 6 touchdown passes, including the game winner to L.B. Pope. UMary tops MSU Moorhead in a shootout 52-45. Roberson was named the NSIC Offensive Player of the Week, and he also gets the number 1 spot on My Top Plays. Once again, a thank you to all NSIC member schools for contributing their time and video to make this show happen. For all of our schools, I'm David Brown. We'll see you next week on The Experience.